if Vice President Biden were to get elected president and try to move some of his plans, whether it's COVID relief and recovery or the $2 trillion climate plan, would the participants on this call insist that all of his new spending be offset, or would you be open to some new borrowing to address these priorities?
I'm happy to take first crack at this, and then I'll welcome my colleagues to chime in as well. And this is Derek Kilmer. I think what we've seen over the course of this pandemic is a recognition that this is an emergency, and that getting bogged down in trying to identify offsets is not appropriate during an emergency. And there's largely been bipartisan agreement for that, and even some of the organizations that have been most focused on trying to address our nation's long-term fiscal challenges have acknowledged that at this point we need to have targeted spending to address what is the largest public health crisis over the course of modern history, and perhaps the largest economic disruption, or most assuredly the largest economic disruption since the Great Depression. And I think you've seen economists on all sides sort of agree to that. But let me invite, I know Scott Peters has driven some thinking on this subject as well, so let me invite him to say a few words as well.
Yeah, thanks, Derek. 60 members, 30 on each side, and many of the New Dems have recognized what Derek just said, that now's not the time to turn off the faucet when we should be using our strong balance sheet to borrow to stimulate the economy, and that may involve more programs like climate and transportation going into the Biden administration. But we have asked that relief packages do a few things to make sure that we do tackle the debt issue and deficit issue when we get into better times, whether it's transparency through a fiscal state of the nation report or a better debt ceiling target. Those are things that we've asked for in this letter, which we can make available to you if you'd like. But the idea is not to turn off the stimulus now, but to make sure that when times get better, that we all come together and address the issue in a serious way.